Peace to the collective. This is Sierra Leone, and I am here to just give you a little bit of information on building an altar. Now, there's a lot of people out there who are doing altars, and they may be crossing some energies by mixing up the intention altar and the ancestral altar. Those two should never mix. And the reason being is because your ancestral altar is supposed to be a place for your ancestors, a place where they can come and join in the spirit with you. You can speak with them, you can communicate with them, you can connect with them. But your ancestral altar and your intention altar should be in two separate places. They should not be mixed and blended together. I've seen a lot of people blend their altars together. And what I mean by that is when you're doing spells and rituals and things like that, those should be done on their own separate mantle, on their own separate platform. And the reason being is because you're trying to channel in and funnel in that energy to a specific thing. And when you have that, when you have your intention altar and your ancestral altar mixed together, it can become confusing for the spirit. This is basic alchemy. This isn't anything that, that comes from, like just out of thin air. This is tried and true. I've tried it myself, and have not gotten the results that I wanted. Also, when you do research on ancestral altars, they will tell you that. So big shout out to Jessica K, because every time I see her, she's always doing her ancestral thing. And I love that. Even when she does her tarot cards. Now that's okay too, because tarot cards are a way to, that you can, those are divination tools. So you can connect with, just about, anybody through there. But when a lot of what she uses, and I'm sure she'll go ahead and comment on that, but she uses her ancestors as her guide. So that's a good tool to be able to connect with your ancestors, as well as the ancestor money. Again, shout out to Jessica K, because I'm watching her do it and she's putting it up, and it looks, I get excited when I see it. And we don't have many people that post their altar and things like that in the group. I'm really just talking just in general, is when I come in contact with people just out and about, or people who are very new on this journey and stuff like that. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll mix it. They'll mix the two, and that's a big no-no. The other thing too that I do want to address too is, as well, not only ancestral altars, but your intention altars should always have water. You should always have water around anytime you're doing any type of conjuring or any type of work, just period. Because that's a vessel that you fill with water to help invite the spirit, help invite those energies in. And when you're working with intention, of course, intention is an emotion. So it's great to have water around your altar, really typically at all time. And it's a great catalyst. It's a great way to kind of keep things fresh. But what's important about that, though, is that if you are going to put water out, you have to make sure that that water is fresh. I can't tell you how many times I've been to, and seen, other people's altars, and they come to me and they ask me, well, what can I do, to help, keep things, keep the ashe up, right? And I go to their, home, and they show me their altar, and the water's dirty. Or there's old fruit, that they'll put on the altar, to venerate their ancestors. The key rule to that is, if you won't eat it, they won't eat it. Like, so if it looks nasty, especially when you're venerating your ancestors, you want to make sure that you're putting something there that they can connect to. Again, shout out to Jessica K, because she put a fresh bag of chips up there. That was perfect. It was executed perfectly. She put something up there that was connected to the person that she was venerating. And once, though, I'm sure once though, when she's done doing what she does, she'll clear it off. She may even just eat the chips in commemoration with her dad or whatever the case may be. But it's just very, very, very important to just keep things fresh and clean. If you have a clean altar, a lot of times your life is clean. You have a lot of clear, clarity and things like that going on. If your altar is dirty and messed up and dusty and the water is dried up and you have old candles just left up there, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be going through some sort of troubles or turmoil or friction, or because your altar is directly connected to your source power, or it should be. So I just wanted to touch base on that real quick, just so anybody, I don't know how many folks out there have altars or who is new at building altars, but if you have any questions about that, feel free to hit me in my inbox. I'll be more than happy to speak to you guys about that. Also too, I just wanted to plug in really quick. I know that there's some of you that have been asking about my Instagram. My Instagram name is Leon the Archetype. So see it like Sierra Leone. It's Leon the Archetype. So you can follow me on Instagram there. And yeah, that's about it. So just love y'all. I don't really have anything else to say, but yeah. Peace.